Hey, Viking fans, a lot happened on a Thursday. I want to talk about it, so let's do it in 3, 2, 1. All right, SKOL brothers and sisters, this is SKOL World, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at SKOL World. Now, also, I want to give a shout out to a show that I was just on called SKOL Purple Podcast. You know how to spell SKOL. You know how to spell purple. You know how to spell podcast. Go check it out on YouTube. Just getting started, but I was over there live. And go check it out, man. It should be up, and give them a shout out. Do the same thing. Just like you want to subscribe, like, and comment. That way you enter my contest. Go over and do the same to them. I also go live on Purple Pocket Podcast over there, MC Rap. You're probably pretty familiar with if you joined them before. We do a fan-centric show. Viking fans leaving comments. We answer them. A lot of back and forth. It's a listener-driven show. Go check it out. And we also go live every Tuesday night at the Purple Code on Facebook. It's also aired on Twitter and YouTube, also at the Purple Code. So check that out. Now let's get started. I got a lot to talk about, and right now, the big news out there for the Viking fans is JC Tretter came out and said that he was growing up a Viking fan, and he would be like the cake topper of his career if he was to become a Minnesota Viking. And we were one of 6 teams that they reached out to, and he did not get a call back. Now, obviously, Kwesi was with the Browns, so we all thought, hey, Kwesi knows what his medical condition was and probably didn't want to risk him, and maybe he was asking too much. He also said in the interview that he did that he wasn't asking too much. Like, he was not veteran minimum, but he wasn't $9 million either. He was somewhere affordable, which we had the potential of, and already had cap space, but the potential for more, that we could afford a JC Tretter. And it also was reported that he was draining his knee up until week 7, and after that it healed. He didn't need to drain his knee anymore. So, which puts it in the court of Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. What happened? What's your viewpoint? What happened on the Vikings side that we apparently, according to Tretter, ignored his calls, and he is blaming that he was the NFLPA representative for the players, like he's a union leader. So he's being blackballed right now, which wouldn't put past the NFL. But it would do a whole lot of good if probably Kwesi said something about it. Not that I'm expecting him to, and really, and when it's all said and done, I don't necessarily care either. But I know there's Viking fans out there, and I'm a little bit on that side too. Is we didn't even look at him, like we didn't ask, we didn't even talk to him. There was reports that we were talking to him, and I know some guys came out and said that that's all fabrication, but yeah, we didn't even talk to him. So I am wondering, what's Kwesi doing? And the reason why I say this is KOC Kevin OConnell said this is the first he's heard of it. Like, he heard the comments, but that was the first he's heard of it. That his camp called the Vikings wanting to be a Viking. Now, if a guy that's ranked 5th in PFF grade, let me drink something. And I know you don't put a whole lot of weight into it, but when you're in the top 5, you recognize that he's probably pretty good and well respected around the league. KOC says he's fond of him, like he knows the coach over there, the offensive line coach, and he thinks that JC Tretter is a standout player. That this is the first he's heard of it. Now I could imagine a scenario where Kwesi is not considering a player and not going to bother telling a coach that of a player he's not considering. So it just makes me think that he didn't consider him at all in this situation, which again goes to the notion that Kwesi was there and knew his medicals, knew everything about him. But hey, time has passed. If that's true that he wasn't draining his knee anymore, did you guys do an MRI on it? Is he healed? People do heal. Now, he could play more because he played at a high level last year, obviously. Would he have been a good idea to bring in? From the fact that we're not even playing Bradbury in the preseason right now, makes me think that they're set on him being starter and they don't want to distract from that. And they really talked Bradbury up in the offseason. Now, he's struggling against Harrison Phillips in one-on-ones, and we all know about that. There's some other, commentary about him. But then there's some good things that came out. It's really hard to tell of how Bradbury is doing unless you're watching every play, and it would be nice to have seen him in preseason more. I think he played the first series, if I'm not mistaken. But we don't know. We don't know if Bradbury's taking that next step. I don't think most people are doubting that he can. So it would behoove us to actually take a call from a JC Tretter, find out how much he wants, find out what his medicals is, and make a educated decision. Because come the first game of the season and our center is not doing the job, we need to make some phone calls, right? And these linemen who say they're retired, like a JC Tretter, might have stopped eating and lost 50 pounds by then, or 20 pounds by then. So you got to worry about that. So KOC, though, says, he didn't hear anything about it. Now, if Kwesi didn't hear about the call, or he says it didn't happen, then I got a he said, she said situation. Who's lying? I just don't want that scenario. It would be nice if Kwesi, I imagine if Kwesi ever gets in front of a microphone, that is going to be the first question he's asked. So I'll wait for that. But anyways, when it's all said and done, he's not a Viking, and let's go win us a Super Bowl, right? I think with JC Tretter, it might have been easier. But hey, so moving on. We also, not only, we have a situation at punt return where ISM is not necessarily reliable and never returned a punt in college. He returned kicks, but not punts. And now he's going to be the number one punt returner on our team after not returning a punt in college. And Jalen Naylor's not doing much better. So we have that situation. To throw another situation on there, we released Jordan Berry, who has been the holder for Greg Joseph, who has been outstanding, and now we got Ryan Wright, who it looks like he can punt it farther. Okay, it looks like he can punt it farther, and he's probably better at that. But now we're messing with the holder position, and it has been reported that the 2 misses in camp were 2 of 3 in a practice against San Francisco, and Ryan White was the holder for the 2 misses. So of the 3 kicks that day, Wright was the holder, and he missed 2 of them. So, come on. I hope they get it down. I hope he turns out to be the perfect holder for him. I hope they get that chemistry going. But geez, I don't want to start messing with any more of this team. I don't want any more question marks. And the fact that Jesse Davis isn't playing, which makes me think that he may be starting. Who knows? He might be nursing his knee because Ed Ingram's out there the whole game in a preseason game, and Jesse Davis isn't playing. Makes me think, they're sitting all the starters. Jesse Davis is playing the whole game. So, those are the 3 things I worry about now. Is our holder going to mess things up for Greg Joseph? I'm sure Ryan Wright will be fine as a punter. I have no doubt about that. And then who's our punt returner? And then who's the guard? Who's the guard? Is it going to be Ed Ingram? Make it Ed Ingram. Come out. This is our starter. Don't play him if he's a starter. Don't play him in the 3rd week. And if Jesse Davis is healthy, put him out there. Put confidence in us. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. And the big question is, KOC was asked, and I got a San Francisco picture of him this time, of Nick Mullens. pride of USM, Golden Eagle, formerly formerly the college that Brett Favre went to, so he was a Golden Eagle too, and he broke all of Favre's records. So Nick Mullens, at this situation, KOC was asked as if he's going to start, and it doesn't sound like it, or he's going to play on Saturday. It doesn't sound like it. And if he does, now here's the scenario I can see, and I don't think they'll do it anymore, is that he'll practice 10 plays and get them down, and if you have a drive, these are the 10 plays that you'll know. And once you're done with that one drive, you're out. I don't think they're going to play him a lot. He just doesn't have enough time to know the playbook. But we don't lose anything if we cut him. And that's the scary thing. Are we going to go into the... So this is the fourth thing. I'm talking about the fourth thing that bothers me is backup quarterback. Are we really going to go with Mond and Mannion and cut Mullens? We don't lose anything. It's a conditional 7th round pick. He's going to make this team. Would we cut him if Mond and Mannion have both good games on Saturday? That's the question mark right there. I like Mullens because he has a higher ceiling, and he is he has orchestrated 2 blowouts that I know of where he threw for like 350 and 3 touchdowns and beat the team by 25. You know, I want a guy like that can come in and strike lightning. But those are the questions. Just to recap, Kwesi, did you take the call, man? Did you have a call and you just ignored it? Did you do your due diligence on him, or did you maybe you just didn't want to deal with him? Maybe you thought he wasn't a good fit for the Vikings. Just come out and say it. But the fact that you ignored the call, if you ignored the call, I mean, that doesn't shine a whole good light on you. Now, other thing would be, are we messing with the holder position this late in the game? Nick Mullens, is he going to play? Are we going to have is Nick Mullens going to be our backup quarterback? All these questions need to be answered. That's it. This is a lot. I'll have more videos to come on position battles and after the game, rookie report and the roster cuts. There's so much content going to be coming out. But these are my concerns right now on a Thursday of all things. What's going on, guys? I don't want to hear this news this late in the game. I don't want to know this stuff. All right, it's Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. I appreciate it. I'm getting so close to 500. We have that contest. Description below. I want to give away $50, not $25. We're 20 subscribers away. Share these videos. Leave a comment. That helps push out the video. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for getting me this far. Stay with me. I'm gonna do this until I pass away, man. I appreciate it. You give me something to look forward to put out content like this. All right, that's it. See you next time. SKOL Vikes. Cue the music. Thank you, Viking fans, for listening. Make sure you catch my other episodes. Also, make sure you subscribe, like, and leave a comment below. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. SKOL Vikes.